The Bastard Movie Archives, Hangover, with Andy and Mix. You never asked for it. You know what else was tough?
It wasn't that bad.
All right, here we go. Hey, I'm Andy Steinhauer.
I'm Max Weiland.
And we just watched Double Down.
Yeah, we watched Neil Breen's Double Down.
Mm-hmm. And it was...
Andy's hurt.
It was not my favorite. Max, do you know why it was called Double Down?
Because it doubled down on the stock footage.
Negative. You don't know why. Neither do I. Neither does anyone. The one man who knows is Neil Breen.
Do we have to? Should we go find out?
Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ does not know why it's called Double Down. Nobody knows except Neil Breen.
Yeah, maybe that was the name of his quest. His vague quest.
That's a very zen. It's the Double Down quest. Maybe he just really, really wanted one of those sandwiches from KFC, and he went into the desert to get it because he's not very bright. And then, maybe that movie was a quest to stop the Double Down from being unleashed upon the world, and then it was unleashed upon the world, and he failed in his quest. And he's like, I guess I could just give up.
Like he stopped making the movie halfway through and knew that it was going to turn into that, but the stock footage came and it turned into the end of Akira, but just like with stock footage, it created this amorphous thing.
I think that's what we just witnessed.
So let's break it down. Let's break down, Andy. What was this movie? What happened in this movie?
Well, I think he filmed maybe like somewhere between 5 and 10 scenes, and then just cut them together. And I think by scene, I think they just put him and some of his buddies in front of a camera with very vague ideas about what was going on, and then in the editing room, they tried to make it make sense later. Is what I think happened. Because there's this place, they keep going back to this shot where he's in front of a rock next to 2 dish satellites that are C-clamped to his trunk. And he looks through tuna cans and opens computers that are off.
Yeah, all his computers are never on and they're never plugged in.
Mm-hmm. Which is further evidence to what I'm pretty sure both of us think this movie really is.
Yes.
Which is the insane ramblings of a homeless madman who doesn't drink enough water.
Who stole a car.
Yep.
And drove it out in the middle of the desert.
And they showed us where he steals the car.
Yeah, he does. He takes it from a valet
for $200.
Which is probably all he got from the street that day.
Yep.
But he doesn't think he got that off the street because he's living in some sort of hyper schizophrenic lie. Like when he's walking down the street and his voiceover is like, none of you understand what could happen or what's happening right now. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
I've seen that downtown.
Downtown all the time.
Yep.
All the time. We see that every day. So he just jacked a car and drove off in the desert, and he magically runs himself over many times.
And then he writes,
he
"Help me."
Wakes, yeah, he like he's just like done a bunch of pills and like a bunch of it's the tuna, it's the mercury poisoning.
Yeah, too much tuna.
Yeah, so he
only eats tuna pretty much. And later on in the movie, he's got like a box full of empty tuna. He
probably
cans.
has like a whole journal written about how they can't put trackers in tuna, so he knows it's safe to eat.
Maybe this movie's smarter than we think. Maybe it's like Memento, and he just wakes up with his car next to a bloody help me like every day. That's just how he wakes up every day.
With his dead wife?
With his dead wife who's decomposing in that bag.
That he makes love to, even though it's kind of like making love to his memories, because while he's doing it, it just keeps showing his memories.
I think in Neil Breen's mind, that was something beautiful that was happening, but to the casual viewer, it looked like he was fucking a skeleton.
But see, that's why I love Neil Breen. Is because to Neil Breen it's something beautiful and amazing, but to everybody else it's fucking wrong. That is what makes Neil Breen movies amazing.
Even the fucking wrong though, it wasn't like shocking wrong. It was just like, I don't think you know what you're doing.
No, but that's great. It's because it's like watching a kid play Barbie dolls and start doing some real dark shit with them and not really understanding what.
Except this man had a little bit of money.
Yeah, so Neil Breen is a real estate agent.
Realtor
thing, something like that, out in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like he just makes these movies because he likes making movies. He's passionate about that's what he likes. I've listened to a few radio interviews with him, and he's pretty self-aware about how they're treated. Like, he tours these films, so I think it's no mystery to it's not like I don't think it's like Tommy Wiseau, who like Tommy Wiseau set out to make a drama and now is trying to capitalize on the fact that it's
Tommy Wiseau doesn't really get it.
Yeah. So and now that he's trying to do funny things, it's just real weird and doesn't make any. Yeah, it's not good. And Neil Breen, and this is why I love Neil Breen, is because he gets what people get out of it, but it doesn't change what he's just gonna keep making his movies, and I think he takes them as seriously as he always did, and he's just like, no, these are my movies. Because for 3 films, it's been pretty consistent in terms of. Like, even when he's trying to be funny, like do like a comedy scene, it still lands in that usual Neil Breen way that it's just like it did in this movie, where it's just like a witty line. You're like, what? It's just, yeah. And in the radio interview, it was fun to listen to because he's like, I don't really know what I'm doing. And he just starts laughing. And he's like, I think most people who watch it probably, they'll tell you that. So he's aware of how people react to him. He just doesn't change the way he does it.
He just likes making movies.
Yeah. And
all right.
I'll give him props for that. And but I don't want him to stop because they're so weird. They're so weird.
I'll hand it to you because there is something like kind of pure and wonderful about somebody who makes something so bad and really kind of doesn't care and it just likes to do it.
Yeah, and I think, and the nice thing is it's less and less stock footage. I think as he gets more money or can start making them cheaper.
How does he get more money?
He
tours his movies?
The movie, yeah, he tours them. They go around, like New Art is where New Art plays, and they get like re-screenings where they have to bring it back because so many people go out to see these.
Wow.
So, like they did 4 screenings of his latest Fateful Findings at New Art, and I went to one of them. But he on Kickstarter he like raised $50,000 for his next movie, and it's not even his full budget because he self-finances these. But he's like, yeah, I want more money so I can do some more things with them, and he raised it. So
wow, okay.
So I'm excited for his next movie, for sure.
I'm something for his next movie.
We'll have to. I'll drag you to it at New Art at midnight because they only show these movies at midnight.
Okay, yeah. I mean, look, I get that. I'm not one of those horrible internet people who's like, stop doing what you're doing. If he's getting something out of it, great. And I guess people are going to see it, so they're getting something out of it, even if it's kind of making fun of him. But man, it was just really painful. It was really painful.
This one definitely is the most stock footage. This one's like one of the.
It's not the stock footage though that makes it painful.
Is it the lack of inflection and dry? Like, it's really great watching Neil Breen act in like family situations, and there's not enough of that in this one. That there's a lot of in the later ones.
Yeah,
where it's him where he actually has to interact with people. And not just shots of people against blue backgrounds.
I did enjoy how there was that one family where he faith healed a little girl with brain cancer.
See, that's where Neil Breen excels, is in pools. Because all of his movies have a thing, and it's pools, dinner scenes,
okay,
and usually something out in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
And where he excels beyond anything is in dinner scenes and pools, because Neil Breen's interpretation of social norms at dinner tables and in pools is not what the rest of the world considers a norm.
Oh, right. That weird nudity thing where she was wearing a skin-colored thong for no reason.
That's why everything he does that has to do with pools or dinner tables is just great. Because weird things like that happen at dinner tables where he just cures cancer.
Yeah.
Or like, we'll get to it if we can watch I Am Here Now, which is his like sci-fi Jesus opera. But
well, let's start at the beginning. He's in the desert, explaining to us that he is the best hacker, the best secret operative.
Mixed in with some like spiritual poetry language about life. Imagine a lot of this weird spiritual stuff. Imagine just like Terrence Malick like esque from like Thin Red Line or The Tree of Life or any of those, but without
skill.
Yeah, I guess is the best way to put it. That's what a lot of that is.
But as his voiceover, as his horribly flat voiceover is literally telling us all these things, he's just kind of walking through the desert and looking at computers in the desert.
Yeah, that aren't on, and at his car.
It just looks very sad.
He hooks up his like DirecTV. I'm pretty sure that's how he gets his. I like to think that he's a homeless guy that just jacked some apartment complex's DirecTV dish, and he's like trying to route it into his like
trying to make it work
out in the desert, where he's gonna live to find his dead wife.
I love though how he's explaining how powerful he is. And
yeah, he definitely goes on one of those.
And he's so powerful apparently, and he also no government would dare kill him because if anybody kills him,
right, because he's a terrorist.
Biological agents in major cities will be unleashed, and it's pretty crazy that he's just a terrorist.
He wants to take down evil government corporate stuff, but by doing that, he's threatening to like literally destroy everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't kill him.
He's just a straight up homeless terrorist, except he's crazy, so he's not actually a terrorist. He just thinks he is.
Yeah, he's kind of like if your maybe pseudo white power uncle was a homeless crazy man trying to have his way a little bit.
It sounds like a lot of uncles.
A lot of the uncles.
Every family's got one.
Everybody just got done with Thanksgiving. You know, you can tell us about that. You can tell us about your crazy white power uncles.
Now, honey, Marl is going to be at this dinner, so when he says some things, I want you to not pay attention. And if he asks you to go somewhere with him, you come talk to me. That's who this guy is.
Yep. Now, are we going to get to the anthrax? Do we want to jump on the anthrax bit?
Well, let's get there because, I mean, he's wandering around in the desert telling us how badass he is, and then weird spiritual stuff starts to happen.
Yeah, this movie's very nonlinear.
And then we jump to the pool, this pool scene where it looks like...
Oh, it's one of my favorite reactions to someone dying ever.
I love how he's there with his wife. We figure out...
well, he just asked her to marry him.
The crazy thing is he's there and they get undressed and you think it's going to be like a weird sexy naked scene,
but she's wearing like a sort of skin colored.
It's like a skin colored thong, but it doesn't look like there's any attempt to really hide that she's not quite nude, but it's still a skin colored thong.
It was definitely one of those things that Neil Breen like was backed into a corner and she was like, I'm not going in naked, and he was like, fine, skin color.
And then she's turned away from the camera strategically,
so you can't
like
see.
And really awkwardly. The crazy part is and this is another one of the male fantasy parts.
Him totally being naked and not caring.
Well, he doesn't care, but just the fact that that is his marriage proposal is they hop in the pool, she's nude, literally seconds later he's got a ring out. And this is like maybe at their house.
So she dies while they're still in love and before marriage and life and children, etc., and they hate each other.
But yeah, she gets shot like in the small of the back.
Yep.
And falls in the pool, and he grabs her, and then while he's going no,
which is one of the best no's ever, where he's like, ah! It's like one of my favorite. Oh, it's so good.
She falls. He I guess just lets her go in the pool when she's still dying and she's floating on her front.
Yeah, it's obviously a very staged sort of like floating sort of cross-shaped T-shaped body. Something it was him trying to duplicate like symbolic imagery that you would see in like Jodorowsky. It's very obviously him doing that. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen that exact same image in Jodorowsky, and it was just him trying to duplicate. And then he did the same thing where it was him face down floating.
Yeah, except his legs were wide apart.
Oh, wide apart, so you got full taint and balls. I mean, you saw the whole thing.
They're both floating in the pool. But his wife's legs are like together because the actress is like, I don't think I need to show my
I think she started to see the film a bit. From the parts that she was in. I mean, most of the time with Neil Breen movies, most of the women, and not just the women actually, most of the people in the movies are not comfortable being there. You can just kind of see it through their and he loves slightly exploitation-esque shirts and revealing garbs. We'll get to that in the later films, but he loves things that are very loose fitting.
I just thought to myself, if your wife just died in your arms, why would you let her float around in the pool? Why wouldn't you like hold her, get her out of the pool, try to resuscitate? Maybe she would have lived through the whole thing if you wouldn't have put her face down in the fucking pool.
Maybe he was too busy like murdering the guy or something. I don't know.
I think he was too busy living his weird action male fantasy quest. Yeah.
No. That's what quest means. We just can't say what quest means. It's just his quest.
He's questing for.
Which, just so you know, in the movie, that's what they say.
They do say quest. They literally say quest.
So this whole film is a master class in vague nothings, I guess.
This whole film is a master class in master race politics.
I just said that on a whim. I don't know if that's true, but like, I just said that as a whim. It's not actually. I mean, it's Vegas. It's just a bunch of Vegas guys. I don't know if it's actually a white class.
No. I don't mean to accuse these people of white supremacy. It's just it's such a weird.
It's male fantasy for sure.
Pasty fantasy. Like it's just not working.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. What was I? I was saying something before it got all white race shit.
Yeah, I derailed us. That's my fault.
Whatever, it's fine.
But so his wife's dead, and then all of a sudden, maybe not all of a sudden, he's back. We're back in the desert for a few shots, but then he's suddenly meeting some G-men in the middle of a plaza, and you can hear traffic in the background over the recording. So he's recording someplace in the middle of the city, but behind everyone's head on these close-up shots,
it's just blue sky.
It's just blue sky, right? So he didn't have to film there.
I mean, I give the guy props. He at least is covering up his band-aids.
What band-aids?
Over where he's shooting and things like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you were going to shoot it just against the sky, you could have taken him out in the desert so you didn't get all that traffic noise.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to make him go back into Vegas for some reason. Because remember, it like becomes a big thing where he has to like get ready to go back into Vegas, change his clothes.
Yeah.
Drive back
puts
into
different
Vegas.
clothes on instead of that black shirt. Oh, that's another thing. Through all of this expository crap.
Oh yeah, the clothes continuity is out the fucking window.
Yeah.
He's
usually got
all the time.
He's usually got a black tank top on and jeans for like most of the first act.
And then we'll get to the sleeveless metal.
Oh yeah,
thing.
Yeah, later on he puts on a jean jacket that is sleeveless that has all these medals, which he explains. He starts explaining what these war medals are, which I feel like dishonors what they actually are. But
I just like that they're honestly. It's so fucking white trash.
It's so white trash
that he's got it on a sleeveless fucking shirt.
And also, I'd bring up that they're on his sleeveless jacket, like right where his nipples are under there.
Oh yeah.
So there's no undershirt. Yeah, that's got to be rough.
He was bleeding. I don't know. It's funny though because I could totally see shit like that happening in the South. I'm not kidding. Like in like real like bumfuck nowhere white trash like
sure
South. I could see some guy wearing his war medals on a sleeveless fucking shirt.
Okay, yeah.
He'd wear that into the bar and give veteran a blowjob. Shit, you know.
I mean, I could see that on a vest in like a motorcycle club guy could put his war medals on his vest, but there would be like stuff under it.
Trying to do that, but they live in a fucking
the white trash guys saw it somewhere and decided to do it.
Because on a biker, it's leather.
You might have actually gone to war too.
You're not just. It's not like your grandpa's medals or something. Yeah. You're just putting on a thing to look cool.
Yeah, like where did you find those, buddy?
Yeah, something like that.
Actually, I think you can go to surplus stores and get like random medals as props.
You can. Yeah. You a lot. It's sometimes it's very hard to find like U.S. military ones. Most of them are like foreign medals.
They might be like weird made ones as
like
props
British
too,
and stuff, or like made medals, or like other sort of other army medals or ROTC medals and stuff.
Just the fact that rather than just having them as props, he A, felt the need to explain them, and B, felt the need to wear this vest for like 2 shots in the desert while nobody else was around, just for himself.
Which makes you wonder where he got the medals. If he has like old vets in his family or something.
Well, he's supposed to be this like decorated
Oh,
spy.
I meant in real life.
Oh, in real life?
I didn't mean like
Yeah.
in the movie. He has every medal ever and is always the greatest person ever.
He's like, this is the Congressional Medal of Honor next to the Iron Cross.
With that one, you would have to have it be paper mache, like a paper mache Medal of Honor or something like that.
next to the, I don't know, like the Sun Tzu Remembrance.
Oh my
like
god!
every
medal ever
from every country.
Well, he did say he worked for multiple countries.
He did. He
does say that.
He says he's very vague about what he's done. It's always country.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Because this movie is a masterclass in vague nothings.
Yeah.
It is literally, if you want to know how to write nothing in terms of like being specific or creating a world, this is it. This is how you do it. Because nothing is explained. We don't know the who, what, where, or why. We don't know any of that.
There is this massive threat that he does talk about through most of the film.
But we don't know what it is.
It's an imminent attack, right?
Yeah.
And we speculated that maybe he was causing it and trying to fix it. I don't think that's what was happening. I think he was trying to stop a threat throughout the whole movie.
I think he was. I think the way that he talks about everything in this movie and the way it's written is like a masterclass in George Orwell's like political speak. Like vocabulary propaganda, where it's everything you're saying means nothing. It's just vague ambiguities. That's what this is.
But I still, after watching that whole movie, wonder what that threat was.
No, but because we never know. That's what's brilliant about it. Is like it's just a threat.
Not brilliant.
No. I don't mean brilliant. I mean like I meant brilliant in the way of being like why Orwell would have had a heyday with something like this is because it's you're saying things without actually saying anything.
We do see a brick of anthrax, which I thought was a brick of cocaine at first.
That he just starts rubbing on people, but it's supposed to be airborne.
Yeah, why does he rub it on people?
Yeah, but he says everyone's going to be dead in a matter of minutes because it's airborne. I'm like, that goes for you too, buddy.
Why is he rubbing it on people, and why does he kill that innocent guy who just married the lady?
Yeah, because he killed the wrong guy. That's why he was on the phone, and he was like, what?
Yeah, he goes to a chapel, like a Vegas chapel, and after he's stolen this car, and he picks up a couple that just got married.
And it makes you wonder who the person was he was supposed to pick up that was getting shotgun married. In Vegas.
Why is that a spy thing you're doing? But he picks them up and then poisons them both, and the guy dies and he throws them
with fucking strawberries that he puts in champagne,
which I've never heard of, but maybe that's a thing. And so they're both like he dumps them in the desert when he figures out they're the wrong people. After he fucking kills a guy.
See, was he dead? I don't, because the girl's still alive and she just like looks. He is actually carrying her. So I don't know if she's paralyzed or something. But like lays her down next to him, and it's just her looking at him. It almost felt like a scene out of the Zodiac or something.
Like maybe it was really just knockout juice or something.
Maybe, I don't know, but it seemed like he was going to assassinate someone, right? Was that before or after the parking lot conversation?
That was after.
So he was supposed to assassinate them.
Yeah, I think he was supposed to assassinate them.
So that guy's probably dead.
So that guy's probably fucking dead. And he dropped them in the middle of the desert, and she's drugged so bad that she can't move. I mean, exposure.
Like that's.
It was definitely daytime out.
That's like, so in real life, she's panicking because there's this homeless guy who's just like, you can just walk home from here, it'll be fine, but you're in the middle of the fucking desert, and she's like, I don't know if this guy's gonna kill me if I say, please don't, you're in the middle of the desert. Yeah. Like, because he's just delirious and has no idea what's happening.
And then he finds the couple that he was supposed to kill at the same lake, both shot in the head while sitting on a rock.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and it didn't look. It just they put red paint. So every time people get shot, either there's no evidence of the shot, of the fire being, or like the gun going off, or blood, or it's just like someone just put like a dab of red paint on you, and that means you're shot. It's like someone hit you with a paintball.
It's like paintball. I shot you. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really just. One of my problems in watching this is I can watch and enjoy a bad movie. I really need to know a little bit of what's happening, like just an inkling of like what the fuck is going on.
Right. This movie is definitely you know nothing.
I know more. I know more what's going on in The Room, which is a movie you would think would be more okay with not knowing what's going on because it is his like weird psychological adventure.
Well, that one's just a drama. It's a love drama.
Fine,
so it's just
a
him
drama.
being cheated on. Because that's simple to show. Like the thing that's funny about Breen is that he's trying to do weird like metaphysical like meditation shit at the same time as tell like a spy story. I guess
That's all fine. I'm saying that like The Room was a better film than this because at the very least I had an inkling of what was going on.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I mean, it really bugged me that this filmmaker could not be bothered to like give me information.
Yes, yeah. Well, he was giving you information, just none of it had any bearing on the plot.
He was giving me information about how badass he was. And then not backing it up and like kind of slipping on rocks with cowboy boots.
Yeah, this is one of those. See, the reason why I love these kinds of movies is because then I have to start doing mental gymnastics to try to keep up with him or keep up with whatever the fuck he's trying to say. That's why I love these kinds of movies.
Yeah, and again, more power to him if he's getting something out of this. But that was really rough.
He gets better over time.
I would hope so.
But I mean, his movies are equally as bizarre and strange and really don't make any sense. But it gets easier to figure out kind of what's happening. Like with Space Jesus and I Am Here Now, that'll be like it's just an alien who comes in. He's like, "You're all cruel to people," and then he starts murdering drug dealers, and you're like, "Okay, sure."
Yeah, I do. I also enjoy, and this is just a little mean-spirited, but I do enjoy how he looks just squinty and confused.
That's the best part.
He really doesn't emote very much, this one.
Some of it looks like he's legitimately like a strange person having an emotional breakdown. Like when he's at the car and he's just like grabbing the dirt and doing like it looks like he could very well be, or like when my favorite part where he goes running off into the desert screaming.
Yeah, and the shot just goes on for a really long time, and you have to wonder if you're the guy behind the camera, like, is this guy coming back?
The camera, yeah, they're like, he's not coming back. He has to tell the first AC to go get the car because they have to go pick him up. He's just like running and crying.
I also loved how on the credits, they
put none.
Yeah. There were some positions where rather than just not have the positions in the credits, he put none.
Like
he credited
makeup?
them with makeup. None.
He saw all the credits you're supposed to have, and then was like, "Well, I'll be honest about it, none."
Yeah, and you're like, we know, Neil.
Neil, you could have just not put those in there. It's fine. You don't. It's not like you're being disingenuous if you just don't leave out the fact that you didn't have a makeup artist.
I also like how there were some older men towards the end of the movie, and at first, that when you first see them, they're up against a blue sky, and they're just saying things like, "It's fine, come on into Vegas," like there's some sort of politicians or like hotel owners or something. And then later on, there's a vague line about how they're the top like spy government people, and then they start repeating after each other like, "Go to Code Orange," and then the next guy will say, "Go to Code Orange," and then the next guy will say, "Time to go to Code Orange." And
yeah, that's right. And then they go to Code Red, and then they say shut down the hotels on the Strip.
And then you can tell that they're definitely, there's one guy who's like squinting pretty hard at like a card off screen.
Yeah, it's just Neil Breen holding up a card.
And these guys don't know why they're saying what they're saying,
yeah,
and it's
you can
very
tell
clear.
All the one-lines that are being said in this movie have no context. Like whoever these actors, and they're probably not even actors.
They're probably his real estate buddies.
Yeah, they're probably it wouldn't surprise me if they're just buddies of his. But a lot of them they're not given any context to. It's pretty much just he puts a camera on them and says say this, and they really have no idea what the fuck is going on.
I'll be interested to IMDb this one. I kind of want to see.
I think it's on IMDb.
Is it?
I think so.
I hope so.
I'm pretty sure. I know I Am Here Now and Fateful Findings. This was his first one though. He didn't make another one for a while after this. I think I Am Here Now was 2011, so like 6 years later.
Yeah.
So it took him some time.
It was really painful though. I know I've made some bad things in my time, as most of us have.
Yeah.
It just really
I'm still fighting to
hurt.
be as good as him.
No, you're not, Max.
I want to be as brilliant as Neil Breen.
My compliment to you is you're doing fine.
I'm not as bad. I'm not as bad as Neil
You're
Breen.
not as bad as Neil Breen. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Neil Breen guy. I like his later stuff more, but we need to start it. If we were gonna do it, we had to start at the beginning. We had to start where this whole thing starts.
Sure.
Which it makes sense. 05, it was him making his movie, because his movies have Neil Breen's movies have weird spiritual, metaphysical and political undertones.
I'm on this journey with you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna get real weird.
He does actually monologue quite a bit.
Yeah, he has another thing about Neil Breen movies: soapbox, always soapbox.
Very soapboxy from time to time. Yeah, but I don't know what he's saying on his soapbox. He's just saying things I think he's saying some vaguely anti-surveillance things.
Yeah, some mostly anti-surveillance, anti-corporate. Big anti-corporation things, big ruining he's big into environmentalism.
I did the thing that I liked best about this film is that he showed some stock footage of
ISS.
of ISS, which is always fun to look at.
Even though he thought it was a satellite, I'm sure.
And then they showed some stock footage of a Saturn V rocket.
Which we haven't used since the 70s.
Yeah. Which reminded me that SLS is operational, which I'm really excited about, and that's what I liked about this film is that it reminded me that SLS is coming.
It reminded you that NASA's still doing things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty psyched about that because SLS has a crazy lift capacity.
Is that the one that's supposed to have more pounds per thrust than Saturn V? It's supposed to be retarded.
It's I believe that the tonnage is pretty similar to Saturn V, but its lift capacity is way higher.
Right, that's supposed to throw us into Mars, right?
Yeah.
So,
not a straight shot, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's what they're going to use to put the components into.
That's the one with the two boosters, right? Is that the one that I've seen that has the two booster rockets?
It can have two boosters.
Right. But the design that they're showing off is the one with the two boosters.
Yeah,
right?
it depends what you want to lift. Because the smallest version I think is no boosters, 3 stages, and then it goes to solid boosters with the central 3-stage rocket, and then it's got instead of solid booster rockets, I think it has just 2 liquid boosters that are similar to just the center 3-stage rocket. So that has the biggest lift capacity, but they just scale it to what they need to lift.
That's cool. It's efficient.
Yeah, it's kind of simple looking. I mean, nothing about that's simple, but it looks elegant. It looks neat. And they're just the space shuttle is very cool, but we just really need to lift shit into space. And
the space shuttle is cool. It still looks like it was made in 1985.
Like it was?
Yeah.
Wasn't it designed way earlier than that, too?
It was designed earlier.
Yeah.
It was designed in, I think it was designed in the late 70s.
Yeah.
They started designing for reuse vehicles. So, okay. Well, you got the most out of NASA. I got a lot out of weird old man in the cave spirit journey.
Yeah.
Where I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be him, and then he watches himself let himself die.
I think he actually said that.
Did he say it was him?
Yeah.
I just think it's fucked up that he lets himself die.
Well, I think that is his future. I think
is that he's just going to be in a cave in the woods.
Yeah, maybe
in the desert.
Actually, you know what I think this entire movie was the hallucination of an old man dying. So
he was watching his past and his wishes and dreams.
Yep.
And his dead wife.
That was the moment as he was heading towards the light. Was this movie?
Yeah. Just so you know, he does carry around his dead wife's bones with him. I don't think we made that clear. He does.
Yeah, carries.
They're in a bag,
and he fucks them sometimes.
Yeah, and he breaks the jaw off one too, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I think he didn't mean to do that.
No, that was an accident on set.
And then so the other shots, the jaw is just broken because they borrowed this thing from a university somewhere.
Neil Breen is hardcore continuity. That's why the computers were always off.
Right.
If they're off in the first shot, they're off in all of them.
Neil, you need to turn on. You got to turn on the computer, Neil.
Fuck's continuity. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Neil Breen. Our first foray into Neil Breen.
All right. Well, what are we watching next time, Max?
Well, we have to pitch the movie. How would you pitch this movie today?
How would I pitch this movie?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to feel like you could do better at something? Are you down on yourself as an artist or a filmmaker? And do you want somebody who just keeps on trucking because he likes what he's doing no matter what people think? You know, if you need a boost in confidence, and I'm not saying this in a mean spirit. It's a little mean spirited, but
pretty mean spirit.
I'm not meaning to say it in the way of like he's so bad that fuck him. I mean, like, here's a guy who's just like, I do this for me, and I don't care what you guys think, because it's pretty bad.
It's a long pitch.
You know, if you need a boost in confidence, watch this, and you'll go like, you know what, I should keep going. If he's getting something out of doing what he's doing, and I'm getting something out of what I'm doing, let's keep on trucking.
That's going to go over real well in the room. That's going to go over real well in the room.
So the Paramount execs are like,
they're going to sit there and be like, wow.
Okay, Andy, we'll call you.
Let's roll from the heart.
Hey, thanks for coming in, Andy. We'll call you.
You'll get halfway through that before security's dragging you out.
We'll call your dad, actually. We won't call you. We'll tell Larry thanks for telling you to come in here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. My pitch would be post 9/11, post recession American Psycho.
You've been thinking about these ahead of time, haven't you?
Nope. I came up with that in the middle of the movie.
Your last two pitches have been way better than mine.
It's just because I'm modifying original movies, because that's what you pitch today. You want to know this is how bankrupt Hollywood is. You just pitch it saying, it's this, but this movie. I'm not kidding. That's actually what people do.
Okay, so here's my new pitch for what we just watched.
Okay, what's your new pitch? Do a pitch that's not going to get you carried out by security.
It's post 9/11 Evangelion.
I find that offensive. I'm offended by that. I like Neil Breen, but don't you dare compare Neil Breen to Evangelion. I'm actually angry.
He sounds like he's laughing, but his face is full of rage.
Just rage. I'm filled with rage. It's like that might as well be the Holy Bible. you don't shit on that. Yeah.
You know I love Evangelion, right? You know
we've talked at length about 80s and 90s anime enough to know.
Yeah, we definitely have. The joke, Max, is that
I get it, yeah.
There's nothing that could be further apart, further from this movie.
Starring Neil Breen as Shinji.
Oh God. I mean, Neil Breen could be Shinji's dad.
Get in the robot. I don't want to. It's a bad robot. No. Who are you? Mother? Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
There we go.
Wow.
All right, coming 2017, Neil Breen's Evangelion.
Mm-hmm. I think it'll be an animated Lego short.
It'll be stock footage.
Stock footage.
It just takes shots from the anime and then cut to shots of Neil Breen in a fucking cockpit.
Cardboard cockpit.
Yeah. Yep. And he'll play both his dad and Shinji. He should play Asuka too.
He'll play Asuka and Ray.
No. He'll get some just random person who can't act.
Some random sad child.
Just some random girl. She'll be like in her 20s, just with a very low cut shirt, and that'll be Ray. And it'll, and obviously Shinji and Masato will be having sex because that's how that's gonna work. Because Neil Breen's can't go anywhere in a movie.
I would rather have him play Ray though, because it makes me sad when Ray is sexualized.
I would rather have him play Masato and Shinji and have a sex scene. You just do close up shots of each face as he's fucking himself.
So Masato's voiceover would just be him high pitched going like, "I'm a special agent," and Shinji's like, "I'm sad," and then they're suddenly having sex.
Yeah, it's just Shinji, and it'll just be Neil Breen being like, "I don't know who I am. I don't know my father. I don't know my mother. Why does no one like me?" And they'll just cut to Masato and be like, "I'm your guardian. I'm your guardian. I'm your guardian," over and over and over again, and that's how that's gonna play out.
She won't say switch to code dick.
No. Does it sound like Neil Breen is nearly witty enough to write that line?
To write the line switch to code dick?
No, because a 12-year-old would write that line.
I would write that line.
I know. There's no mistaking how old we are mentally. I know exactly why. Yeah. No, it would be a repeat, because all he does is repeat everything. Or it would be, I mean, what else would
I'm not gonna Google if there's a movie called Switch to Code Dick.
Because there is, I'm sure. Or it could be like, what was it from End of Evangelion when Masato like actually kisses Shinji at the end and says we'll do it for real, and it gets real weird about that before she dies. What if that's what she says? Neil Breen's having Neil Breen as Masato is just like, we'll do it for real next time, but they're doing it for real then.
Where it's Neil Breen just grunting under a tarp.
Neil Breen Shinji and Masato only have sex in tarps,
and so they don't have to find a double. One of them is Bones, and then they like do a match cut to like when one of them's out of frame to be like, I felt like Bones while you were having sex with me.
I'm trying to make Evangelion into more of a proto male fantasy story.
So rather
to make this fit, to make this work.
So the Avas, rather than lifting up a boat to block missiles, it's just Neil Breen lifting up a little like bath. He's in the bathtub lifting up a boat, blocking bubbles that his actual father is blowing at him.
There's no such thing as Asuka and Rey and all them. It's just Neil Breen. It's just Neil Breen, his various personalities playing with each other
seamlessly.
Mm-hmm.
Only an insane
Neil Breen
person.
all made up to look all pretty, and Neil Breen, but he's all mean to the other Neil Breen.
You make up certain parts of his face so that like when he points his forehead at the camera, that's Asuka, and then when he points his chin at the camera, that's Shinji.
He would just shoot a profile, so it's always left side face, it's Asuka, and right side of the face, it's Rey. And then if you just do he's got two watermelons in a fake bra and his kind of orangey chest, that's Masato, and then that's it. Does
he voice act at all, or is it always just like
it's just Neil Breen?
It's just always Neil Breen.
Who would play Ritsuko?
Neil Breen. What are you talking about?
He would just put on a blonde wig.
He would also play the Avas.
There'd be so much more sex, so many more sex scenes between Ritsuko and Gendo.
Well,
if that were the case.
I mean, I think
he would even play the kids. Like the flashback children, like little Ray. He'd play little Ray. He'd be like on his knees. He'd put like the little shoes on his knees, so it looks like he's super short.
Well, the plus side of him doing everything himself on that movie and having more sex scenes is that having a sex scene with yourself is really easy.
It's true. It's easy to get off.
Next time. That was weird, Max.
Yeah.
That was weird.
That was... You mean the entire Evangelion Neil Breen thing?
Yeah. Well, the entire everything about this.
Yeah.
It just...
I think that just went to a dark place.
You just yes-anded me really hard on that suggestion about Evangelion with Neil Breen.
Oh, fuck. What's next time? Is it written down?
I don't know. It's fine. Join us next time for a movie.
We'll watch something.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'm Andy Steinhauer,
and I'm Max Weiland,
and that was Double Down.
You're fine.
I'm not fine.
You're not fine.
I'm not fine. I'm not fine.